these two pictures really start the sequence off, and it's the two pictures that took a while before I actually started on the whole of the sequence. It's like a project from my parents, which has been running now for almost 30 years. And this is kind of the last part of the sequence, which is like the last 7 or 8 years. My mother had a stroke a few years ago now, and so I've sort of, since that, I've sort of documented her illness, and my father, who was looking after her, how he's dealt with that. These two pictures were taken a while before that happened, though, and it was like a precursor to what I thought, would happen eventually. And they're sort of showing a parallel thing of my parents sort of drifting away from me, maybe them losing their memories of what I was like when I was a boy. So this was like a starting point in a way for the show, although I did these pictures quite a way before they started the whole sequence. It sort of reflects on what was to follow, sort of thing. It's quite hard work to talk about, actually, to be quite honest. So it's very personal work, and it's although I'd finished the work a couple of years ago, it's actually difficult now because I'm seeing the work afresh. It's almost I've finished it and now it's up on the wall. I'm sort of reacting more to it than I did almost when I took the pictures, because I'm being quite objective about seeing them for the first time and actually detaching myself from what I'm looking at. So it's becoming actually more and more upsetting, really, as I see the pictures again. Some of the pictures are about ideas, and me seeing my mother in these situations. So it's like a sequence of how I feel about how they might feel, and sometimes actually putting my own emotions onto what they're feeling as well. I almost felt also I was in like a zone, almost like a zone of depression during the sequence of these pictures, which kind of helped because I felt like I was totally in tune with what they were going through, and I was sort of sharing that, but also it made me feel very open to ways of looking in this way. I think if I did it now in my sort of relatively happy-go-lucky state of mind, that I wouldn't be able to tune into this in this way. I wouldn't get this out of it if I was just like a third party, say if it was a commercial job or something like that. Somebody said, take some pictures of some old people. I wouldn't be able to get into this closeness, this zone I was almost in for these numbers of years while I did this project. So it kind of, it's an odd thing to say, but it kind of helped being in that zone, that sort of almost depressive state, and made me really feel about what I was doing.
Colin, did having the camera help to distance from the emotion?
Yes, it was like a cathartic experience having to be able to take pictures. So yeah, it was like a tool. There was you always felt a bit cold, the fact you were thrusting your camera into somebody's face. So you get quite detached in some respect, but it makes you also re-examine what you're going through and what you can see. So yeah, it did help taking pictures. Maybe it's sometimes it's too graphic. Sometimes I'm feeling like some of the work is too horrible almost. And something in me, I suppose, as an image maker and an artist, wants people to get really upset or really react to the work. Sometimes, there has been a strong reaction already to the work, but yeah, sometimes you kind of, it's like striking a balance sometimes, and yeah, I feel one or two of the images are too much. They're too much, especially that one, with her taking the medicine. It's like, I wouldn't want to show anybody. I'd hate that was me. Do you know what I mean? I kind of feel like, although, in this work as well, I'd showed her I'm a father in a very positive light, that I could kind of do that. I don't think I could just show this work as it is, this is one body of work and that would be it, without the sequence before that, without the 20 years I did, on them before.